Hello everyone, DJ Dilfner here with another YouTube tutorial. I've had a lot of people throughout my life ask me, how do you EQ so well? Well, I wanted to show all of you a few of my tricks, a few of the things that I do in order to make the mix just a teensy-weensy bit better. Let's dive right in. Alright, so here we have a little ditty, something I'm working on for my new record. Goes a little something like this. Yeah, so lots of trap and fusion influences. This sort of thing does really well in the European markets. So EQing is going to help all of you guys who are music makers, beat makers. Those are two very different things. Any film producers, any cooks, painters, whatever have you. EQing is just going to make your stuff way, way, way more better. So I always like to start with the kick drum. Nice kick drum, but it's just not good enough. Whenever I feel like something isn't good enough, a good rule to live by is to add 500 hertz. Why this exists, I have no idea. Just know that 500 hertz is where the magic happens. So let's find 500. There we are. And the good thing about Ableton EQ, it can add just a little or add a lot. Now my philosophy is, with EQing, more is more. So we're gonna just listen to this kick drum and ebb this number 2 boy just slightly more up and up. Yeah, that's about right. Remember, more is more. Well, let's look at the snare drum. Ooh, it's actually a clip. It's actually a clap. It's actually a clap. So we're gonna look at this now. With claps and snares and the such, there's a lot of info. Look at all of that niceness. So what I always like to do when there's a lot of info in a sound and I get overwhelmed is I just choose little nubs, like little peaks. I like to make a picture, so I turn all of these Q's up. Q stands for quantity, and I just like to choose a few places to sort of randomly assign these to give the pattern and the snare drum just a little bit more oomph, a little bit more uniqueness. I like that. It looks really nice. Looks very angular, something a cubist might do. Now, here's my my other rule with EQing. Always trust your eyes, never trust your ears. Yeah, that's nice. It looks even better when it's all minimized like this. Something a Andy Warhol might paint. Now, with hi-hats. Hi-hats are a little tricky. Someone famous once said on YouTube to never EQ hi-hats, and so I don't. And that's another really good rule to live by. If someone famous says to do something on YouTube, always do it. So we're going to leave those alone. We're going to move on to the piano. Now, the cool thing about Ableton's EQ is it has a mode called MS, which stands for Munson Sindrinson. And to be honest, I have no idea what it does, but it comes in 2 colors. We're going to make little random sweeps here and there. Nice mountain. We're going to change the edit mode to S, and we're going to make a different picture. Remember, if it looks good, you can trick yourself into making it sound good too. I like the way that looks. Yeah, see, I'm not hearing anything different, but it looks really nice. So we're going to leave that. Something else I really love about EQing. When you're working with someone, you can make them think that you're a bit of an audio wizard by doing this little trick I call feel it in your soul. Now, feeling EQ in your soul goes a little bit like this. You grab one of these nubs and, well, first we got to solo our instrument. Boop, and then we get this back up here. Boop. Now what you're going to want to do is move the nub a little bit and a little bit and a little bit and a little bit and really drastically change the way that you react to each movement to make the artist think that you're some kind of savant, like so. Oh. Oh. Yep. So now we're gonna move on to vocals. Let's take a listen.
Bingo, bongo, I want to move to North Korea. Move to North Korea. Stringo, strongo, maybe settle in the Congo. Settle in the Congo.
So for vocals, I like to EQ sort of around the lyrics. The lyrics sort of tell a story of heartbreak, unrequited love. So what I'm gonna do with an emotion like that, I'm going to want to take this shelf here. I'm just going to move it slightly more up. Remember what we did with the kick drum. I'm just going to move it slightly more up or down to add some much needed heartbreak, some much needed clarity to the high end. And I'm just going to stop when it feels good. So
want to move to North Korea. Stringo, strongo, maybe settle in the Congo.
Yeah, that sounds good to me, but unfortunately, we've maxed out our EQ. So what I kind of like to do when this happens, when I'm not quite satisfied with the sound, is just take it, copy, paste. What that's going to do is that's essentially going to double the effect. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Another thing you can look for is on this meter on the side here, if your little peak meter is in the red, that is a great thing. Red begins with R, which stands for really, really, really way more louder. And you want to aim for that in everything you do. Yeah, that's lovely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the backing. Really what I want to do with this backing is make it a lot like the lead, but just more so. Yeah, 5 will probably do it. Yeah, that sounds really great to me. Let's listen to the whole mix. Yeah. So that's a little tutorial on some of my favorite tips for EQing. If you want to see more, if you have any ideas on more tips I can provide to the YouTube family, leave them in the comments below, and make sure to really subscribe and to really get that bell pressed. Thanks.